Good afternoon, students. How have you been? I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. A very good afternoon, a very good evening, everyone. I hope I am audible and visible to each and every one of you. Welcome to day 6, which is 17th of April 2025, and we are going to be continuing whatever we started yesterday, that was integration. So today I will be mentioning definite integrals, and after that we are going to be solving some problems on indefinite integrals itself. Okay, so if I am audible and visible, give me thumbs up over there in the chat box. Okay, fine. So let's get started for today. So today I am about to mention something which is quite interesting. If you know indefinite integrals, then definitely you are going to be able to find out a method to solve indefinite integrals. So you can write down, today's topic is going to be definite integrals. From the term itself, you are able to find out something which is definite, something which is finite in nature, isn't it? So I can write down, if you can recall the same thing, I would like to mention that we are having a function. Let fx be a function, and over there, if I just try to find out its first derivative, that's nothing but df of x by dx. If I try to do, I can say that I will be getting the first derivative, isn't it? So now if I am going to be integrating this first derivative with respect to its change, infinitesimal change, I will be getting back the original function. This is what we discussed yesterday. I hope it's clear to everyone, if you can recall. So now what I am about to say right now is going to be quite interesting. I said that how to identify definite and indefinite integrals. The most important way by which you can differentiate in between them, that has to be certain limits associated. In definite integrals, there are going to be certain limits, isn't it? So now what I am going to do is, I will be putting limits. The same snake symbol, yesterday I already mentioned about the symbol, isn't it? So the same snake symbol I am having, instead of that I will be having some limits. Let's say on the top of the snake, the head of the snake, let's say that snake is wearing some crown, and over there, it's something is there. Okay, let's say that the excrete of the snake. Okay, so I can write it down over there, that is f dash x dx. After that, once again you will be getting the same function itself, which is fx, but now it's not going to be the end. Okay, so what is going to be happening over here is, you need to put the limits, that is from a to b. Now there won't be any constant associated with the positive sign. I already said that in indefinite integrals you need to choose this constant, but over here there is no need to choose. Okay, so now I can write it down over here as, see everyone, now f of the upper limit b minus f of the lower limit a. That's it. So the integration of this is going to be giving you this as the answer. Now let's give a try with a very simple function. Very simple function, I will be saying that let's try to integrate two functions. I will be saying, let's say it's x square dx everyone, putting the limits, let's say 1 to 2. And second thing I would like to say, that's let's try to integrate cosine of x dx, limits 0 to, let's say 90 degrees. 0 to 90 degrees, because I cannot use it, I cannot use the radian version as of now. Okay, so now what needs to be done? So sometimes you can also be given the angles to be expressed in radians. I will mention about it, don't worry about it. So what I am going to do over here is, let's try to solve this. So what do you think will be the answer to this question? If you know this integral, I want everyone to participate and write down the answer in the chat box. So what do you think is going to be integration of 1 to 2 x squared dx? First of all, tell me what is going to be the answer over there. Okay, everyone write down the answer over there in the chat box. You need to solve it as an indefinite integral itself. So it's going to be x cubed by 3. Okay, so I will be saying over here that once again which formula are we supposed to use. Let me try to make you undergo with some recap version of whatever was being mentioned. So we need to use the property of any polynomial having a degree n associated with it can be written as integral of x to the power n dx is going to be equivalent to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So the same thing is going to be applicable over here as well. So let's try to solve this. I will be getting over here as x to the power 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1. So no c over here. It's a definite integral. So what I am about to write down? I am about to write down the limits 1 to 2. So as a result, I will be getting over here. This can be written as x cubed by 3, isn't it? Limits 1 to 2. Clear up to here? Up to here, I believe that the steps are clear. Okay? So people are getting the answer. If yes, give me a thumbs up. If not, then you can mention. Okay. So now what needs to be done? We need to put the upper limit and the lower limit, isn't it? So in this situation, I will write down that, okay, I'm erasing this because you already know the formula associated over here. So I will be writing it down it as upper limit means 2 to the power 3 by 3. Okay, this is going to be the upper limit minus of the lower limit means 1 to the power 3 by 3. So now if I am going to put the expressions over there, what I will be getting? I will be getting it as 8 by 3 minus of 1 by 3. What is going to be the answer? Tell me everyone, write it down the chat box. Write down the answer in the chat box everyone. Seven by 3. Okay. Yes, 7 by 3 is going to be the answer to this question. 7 by 3, right? 8 minus 1 is 7 by 3. So that is what is required to be done over here in this question. Okay. Once again, I would like to explain. Solve it normally just like the way you have been solving indefinite integrals yesterday. And then you just need to put the limits. The snake is associated. This is the snake, everyone, right? So let's say this is how the snake will be looking like, right? The snake is going to be having something on the top and something at the bottom. Right, isn't it? So that's how you can identify that to be a definite integral. And if nothing is there, up the snake, above the snake, and at the bottom of the snake, nothing's going to be there. Okay? I hope it's fine. So now let's try to move to the other question over here. So this is how you need to solve this type of questions. Okay. So now let's try to solve this question, the one which I mentioned it over here. That is integral of cosine of x dx. So what do you think is going to be the value? We know that integral of cosine of x dx. What's the answer? So tell me the indefinite integral. Tell me the integration of cosine of x dx. Write it down over there in the chat box, everyone. A single person wrote Sai Satvik is correct, but I want everyone. सबको लिखना है. Answer नहीं पूछ रहा है. I'm not asking the answer. Integration of cosx dx. That's what I'm asking to everyone. Sin x. Okay. Yesterday we discussed about the formula. I hope if you can recall the formula. The same thing is being mentioned over here. Yes, it's exactly. So that is going to be sine of x. So there is no need to put the c 0 to 90 degrees. So what I will be doing? Sine of 90 minus of sine of 0. What is sine 90 everyone? Let's see. Let's try to check how good you have been studying your class 10 mathematics curriculum. Okay, write down what is sine 90. Mention me the sine 90 value over there in the chat box, everyone. Sine 90 is 1. Very good. And what is sine 0? Write it down over there. Sine 0 is? Write down the value. Sine 0, sine 90 is absolutely correct. Bilkul sahi. What about the other? Sine of 0 degree is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1. So 1 will be the answer to the question. So now you all are able to find out that definite integrals was giving you a value. You will be getting something, an integer, a negative integer as well. Okay? But on the other hand, definite integrals were giving you the value. But indefinite integrals, you won't be getting any finite answer. You will be getting some expressions. The answer will be in the form of an expression of function for indefinite. नाम से पता चल रहा है indefinite, the integration is going to be prolonged. You can keep on integrating. Indefinite, you don't know, isn't it? Definite, definitely you can say that you can find out the extent of the integration by the limits. Okay, so now let's try to know about, let's try to solve this problem. Everyone on your screen, 3t square minus of 2t dt. What do you think is going to be the answer to this? 3t square minus 2t dt, this is the question. Can you write down the answer? That's not 1 anymore. That's done. The problem is done. Sai Pranay, focus over there in the current problem, and then I will be mentioning you with the limits. First of all, try to understand the basics of integration. Okay? Okay, fine. So try to understand. This is once again we are having the concept of indefinite integration. It's an indefinite integration or indefinite integral, I will be calling this as. And you can see that there are no limits associated. We don't have any limits over there, isn't it? So now what needs to be done, everyone? You can directly integrate it. How? You can just directly bring this dt term and integrate them separately, which we already discussed yesterday, if you can recall. 3t square dt minus integral of 2t dt. So now 3 is going to be taken outside the integral, t square dt minus 2 integral of t dt, no limits. Now everyone is insisted to tell me the answer of this. What is integral of t square dt? I just need the answer of integral of t square dt. Please do give me the answer over there. T square dt, yes, correct, Pavan Rama. Next. Differentiate nahi karna hai bhai. Integration. This is integration, right? What needs to be done? Integral of x to the power n dx is equal to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. I said right? Plus c. So now if the variable is changing to t to the power n dt, so it is going to be t to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Yes or no? Isn't it? So what is n over here? It's 2. So what I will be doing? 3 t to the power 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1. Over there, what do you think will be integral of t dt? Now everyone needs to be writing it down. Write down integration of t dt. Give me the answer. Integration of t dt. Okay, Vijay is correct. Anyone else? T square by 2. What do you think? T to the power 1 is there. T to the power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1, because this is a polynomial t of degree 1. The previous one was a polynomial of degree 2, isn't it? So I will write it down over here as 3t cube by 3 minus of 2t square by 2. क्या होगा? 3 cancels out, 2 cancels out. As a result of that, I will be getting t cube minus t square plus c. Don't forget the constant because it's an indefinite integral. Okay, everyone? If yes, if it's clear, give me thumbs up. If it's clear, give me with a thumbs up. So this is a very basic integration which we can expect. So these type of questions will be throughout your physics curriculum, throughout, trust me, everywhere it's going to be there. If you solve H.C. Verma in physics, there is a book named as H.C. Verma or Physics Galaxy or Cengage. Over there itself you are able to find out certain questions are having integration in every step. Okay? Okay, fine. So let's proceed to the next problem, shall we? It's everywhere. Yeah, okay. So what I will be saying over there is, you can also try to solve some basics of mathematics questions from H.C. Verma as well. If you are having the objective of Sri Chaitanya, you can follow it, or else you can follow the questions from R.D. Sharma. Once again, I would like to say, I have been repeating this thing over and over again. So now comes the next question. The next question is in your screen over here. 4 cosine of t plus t squared dt. Okay, so think about it. If you can give me the answer, then it's fine. If not, I will be definitely solving this problem for sure. Okay, so what do you think? So over here it's going to be, once again, it's a, can you tell me which type of integral is it? Can you all tell me which type of integral is it? First of all, write down the type of integral you are able to observe on your respective computer, tablet or mobile screen over there in the chat box. Which type of integral is it? Indefinite. Okay, great, great. Indefinite, isn't it? So now what needs to be done over here? You need to, first of all, write down indefinite integral. So now what needs to be done? You need to put the dt inside of it, cosine t dt plus integration of t squared dt, isn't it? So 4 is a constant. We can take it outside the integral, isn't it? So it's going to be 4 integration of cosine of t dt plus integration of t squared dt. Now everyone will be saying one after the other. What is the integral of cosine of t dt? T to the power n dx is not possible, Saket. We cannot integrate t to the power n with dx. Yes, t to the power n is a constant. We need to consider it. Yes, sine t. Not minus sine t, it has to be plus sine t. Okay? It has to be plus sine t. So as a result, I can say it's 4 sine of t plus t cube. Okay, I am mentioning the answer. I should not have mentioned. So yes, you can mention me what is integral of t squared dt. What is integral of t squared dt, everyone? T squared dt का integration क्या होता? T cube by 3, t cube by 3. Yes, correct. So plus t cube by 3, and since it's an indefinite integral, we need to write down a plus c along with it, such that the indefinite term gets validated. Okay, so this is going to be your answer. After solving this, you will be getting this as the answer to the question. Okay, so now let's try to solve another question. Let me see how many amongst you. Yes, very good, Puneet. It's a good book. All the books, all the standard books of physics, I will write it down. All the standard books. First of all, I will be saying the objective, JEE Main and JEE Advanced, which you are going to be getting from, if you join from Sri Chaitanya. That's the first book which you need to solve. Okay, once you get enrolled, you will be getting these objective books. Okay, it's filled with a lot of questions. So if you are interested in physics, for example, let's say you are much more interested in physics as comparative to maths and chemistry, then you all have to follow H.C. Verma or D.C. Pandey as your reference book. If not, because H.C. Verma, D.C. Pandey, they have been written long time back and we were the ones to follow. But now the trend has changed and you people require lot of things in the form of expressions. So that's why there comes eitherly B.M. Sharma, which is Cengage, or Physics Galaxy. And if you are interested in appearing for NSEP, INPHO, means National Standard Examination of Physics, once you crack it, you will be willing to appear for the Indian Physics Olympiad. Okay, so over there, you need to solve either Rodov or Resnick Halliday, or for INPHO it's Pathfinder. So these are the books by which you can enlighten yourself for physics. So definitely if you get enrolled into our institution, you will be provided with some objective questions. List of objectives are there, lot of questions are there, but if you are solving it strictly, then I don't believe that you will be requiring the other books. Okay, but if out of curiosity, if you want to solve, you can solve for sure. Okay, yes, concept of physics is H.C. Verma itself, everyone. Okay, anything else if you want to ask about the books, you can ask. So let's proceed to the next question. Where do we get these books? You can find these books in Amazon. Sri Chaitanya will be giving you the books once you get enrolled in the center, in any of the centers across the nation. Pathfinder is a book only for Olympiads and JEE Advanced for sure. Okay, fine. So let's try to solve some question. Other question is over there. Now let's see who will be able to solve this tricky question over there. That's integration of 2t minus 4 whole to the power minus of 4 dt. What's going to be the value over here? Yes, anyone? So can you recall so I can say over there that is, it can be solved by the means of integration by substitution. Can you recall everyone? I mentioned about something yesterday that was integration by substitution. So this can be only solved by the means of integration by substitution, else there is no other way by which you can get this answer. Now first of all tell me that what do you think it is? What do you think it is? Is it an indefinite integral or a definite integral? Write it down over there in the chat box. Indefinite or definite? The notes are going to be shared in the Telegram channel. Don't worry about it. Write it down over there. Whether it's a definite or indefinite, everyone. Indefinite. Indefinite. Keep on writing. Keep on writing. Okay. It's going to be an indefinite integral, isn't it? Very good. So now, what needs to be done? The first thing which I will be doing, if you can recall, let's try to make you recall what we did yesterday. We did certain things, isn't it? So let's try to make you recall. So I will be assigning a third variable over there. Let z is equal to 2t minus 4 whole to the power minus, or let's say z is equal to 2t minus of 4. That's it. I'm assigning a third variable, a second variable over here, which is z is equal to 2t minus of 4. Okay. Now what needs to be done? We need to form a differential on both the sides, isn't it? So I will be writing it down. It as d of z is equal to d of 2t minus of 4. So now the d to the left, which is associated with z, it will be having a different meaning, isn't it? If you can recall, it is going to be equivalent to d by dz into dz, isn't it? And the d over there to the right is going to be having its own nature, that is d by dt into dt. So hence, I hope it's clear. Okay, this is what is known as differential. So now what needs to be done is, we need to write it down like this. Can it be written as d by dz of z into dz is going to be equivalent to d by dt of 2t minus of 4 into dt. Okay, we can write it down like this, everyone. Can I write it down like this? Okay, fine, it's correct. Okay, fine. Okay, so now what I can write it down is, what is d by dz of z? Write down the answer, everyone, in the chat box. What is d by dz of z? What is d by dz of z? Oh yes, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yes, correct. D by dz of z is 1 into dz is going to be equivalent to, what do you think is going to be the answer for this? What do you think is going to be d by dt of 2t minus of 4? Write down the answer over there in the chat box. What is d by dt of 2t minus of 4? Please do mention with this answer. 2. It's 2, right? Once again, those who don't know the differentiation, I would like to say this is d by dt of 2t minus d by dt of 4 whole multiplied by dt, isn't it? So this can be written as dz to the left is going to be equivalent to 2 comes outside the differentiation term, the differentiation operator of t minus of what is going to be d by dt of 4. It's going to be 0, isn't it? D by dt of 4 is 0. So as a result of that, I can write it down it as, what I can write it down, everyone? So this becomes, what is d by dt of t? What is d by dt of t? What is d by dt of t? Yes, correct. It has to be 1. So dz becomes into dt. So it's going to be dz is equal to 2 dt. There itself we are getting some relation. We are getting some relation because if I would have put this expression over there, so this integral would have become like what? It would have become it as z to the power minus 4 dt. The integral is not possible, isn't it? The integral is not possible. That is the reason I am trying to convert this dt into dz. Then only we are able to get the integration, isn't it? So now the integration becomes z to the power minus 4 of what I can say. So dt is, dz is 2 times of dt. So can I write down this dt as dz by 2, everyone? Isn't it? So let's try to put this over there. Z to the power minus 4 into dz by 2, isn't it? So 1 by 2 is a constant, will be coming outside the integral. And now my integration becomes z to the power minus 4 into dz. Okay? So now tell me, what do you think will be the answer? Do tell me the answer. What is z to the power minus 4 dz? Write down the answer over there. What do you think will be integration of z to the power minus 4 dz? This integral is not possible, okay? Do mention me the answer. What is z to the power minus 4 dz, everyone? So it has to be, yes, correct, but let's see what I will be doing. So once again, which identity needs to be used? X to the power n dx, right? Same thing we can treat it for z to the power n dz, which is equal to z to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Isn't it? The same integration formula we are supposed to use. So now this integral becomes equivalent to half of z to the power minus 4 plus 1 by minus 4 plus 1. What is minus 4 plus 1? Write down the answer, everyone. What do you think it's going to be? What is z to the power minus 4 plus 1? Minus 3. Yes. Absolutely right. It's minus of 3. So as a result, I will be getting the integration to be as half of, what do you think? Z to the power minus 3, and minus will be there. So it's going to be 3. So as a result, the answer is going to be minus Z to the power minus 3 by 6. Okay? Plus some constant. But do you think this is the answer? Do you really think that it's the answer to this question? क्या ये आंसर है आपका? What do you think? No. No. Yes, it's no. Of course no. Because the variable was, what is the variable over there in the actual question? T. What was the variable? T was the variable. So you need to reconvert back the z into your original function, isn't it? So now what needs to be done over here? What is required to be done? So now you have to re-put the value, which is going to be equivalent to z is 2t minus 4. So I will write it down it as 2t minus 4 whole to the power of minus 3 by 6 plus c is the answer to your question. It's going to be the answer to your question, okay? Yes, it's going to be useful for you in most of the context of rotational mechanics, center of mass. You will find it out from kinematics itself, Mr. Jaru, okay? That's where it's going to be useful to you. Half is not becoming negative. Minus, what is minus 4 plus 1? Minus 3, right? So minus can be brought over there, isn't it? Minus can be brought over here. So as a result, it's going to become minus z to the power minus 3 by 6. Last step is, it's all about putting back the value. We already had. Okay, isn't it? So now what I am going to say is, putting back this value of z, which was 2t minus 4 instead of z. This value is being re-put once again. This is being re-put once again. You could have also written, this answer can be also, would have been like 1 by 6 2t minus 4 whole cube, just trying to bring it in the denominator section. Do you think that this answer is correct? Do you think that this answer is correct, the one which I wrote it down, yes or no? Can I write down the same, this expression in this form, everyone? Write down it over there in the chat box. Do you really think that this is correct? Do you think that this expression is correct? Yes, we can write it down. We are just trying to bring it, the numerator to the denominator. So minus 3 is going to become plus 3, isn't it? Okay, so now let's proceed to the next problem. Let's try to proceed to the next problem, everyone. So the next problem is this. So can you solve this? Now what I am going to do is, this is going to be your question. Okay, okay, okay. What do you think? Can you solve this? If yes, give me a thumbs up. If no, give me a thumbs down. Let's see. Don't worry, Shweta, I thought I have been solving questions of integration itself. Okay? Okay, let's see. So now we are having, so now first of all tell me that whether this integral is a definite or an indefinite integration. Write down over there whether it's a definite or indefinite. Okay, fine. So nahi banega, I will solve it. Don't worry. Don't worry, the ones who are putting thumbs down, I will solve this. But first of all, you have to tell me whether this is a definite or indefinite integral. Okay, indefinite. Very good. It has to be an indefinite integral, isn't it? So now what I have to do is, first of all, write down, this is an indefinite integral. So now what needs to be done? Can I assign a second variable z? Can I assign, see, there is a formula associated with this, but I won't be teaching you that direct formula. Because in mathematics, once you are going to be taught this indefinite integration in your respective mathematics JEE main advanced curriculum, you are going to be mentioned with the formula. Okay, but I am not mentioning the formula right now. Let's try to solve this question by the means of indefinite integration, by substitution itself. So what needs to be done? So over there, I can say that z is going to be equivalent to, let z is equivalent to 60 minus of 1. Okay? 60 minus of 1, everyone. So now what needs to be done? We need to form a differential, isn't it? D of z is d of 60 minus 1. Right, everyone? If yes, give me a thumbs up. We can write it down, isn't it? The d to the left is, see, pay attention everyone. The d to the left means d by dz into dz, and the d to the right means d by dt into dt. So we can write down this d of z as, what we can write it down? This can be furthermore written over here as d by dz of z, d by dz of z, isn't it? This is going to become d by dz of z is going to be equivalent to, okay, don't forget that dz which is associated with this expression itself, isn't it? It's going to be into dz is going to be equivalent to d by dt of 60 minus of 1 into dt. Can I write it down like this? Can I write it down like this, everyone? Yes or no? Okay, fine. So now what needs to be written? This d, what is d by dz of z? Write down the value. What do you think is d by dz of z, everyone? What is d by dz of z? Write down the value over there in the chat box. 1, okay. Great. It's going to be 1. So 1 multiplied by dz is equal to, what is d by dt of 60 minus 1? Write down the answer over there in the chat box. What is d by dt of 60 minus 1? Write it down over there in the chat box, everyone. 6? Yes, 6, correct. So it is going to be 6 into dt. So obviously, see everyone, pay attention. I have already chosen that z is equal to 60 minus 1. Then the integration would have become integration of dt by z. Is it possible? Is it possible, say, like those who are new over here, is it possible? What do you think? Yes or no? Do you think that this integration is possible, dt by z? Of course, no. So that's the reason you are trying to form a relation in between the change in the variable z we are assigning and the change in the variable which was being given in the question, isn't it? So now as a result of that, I can write it down in this case as dz is going to be equivalent to 6. dz by 6 will be equal to dt. Okay? Let's try to put it over there. This is not possible. So that's why I can, instead of dt, what is integration by substitution? I am substituting these values. See, instead of this 60 minus 1, I am using z, and instead of dt, I got a relation, I am going to be using dz by 6. Okay? So as a result of that, I will be getting over here as dz by 6z. Okay? So what will happen? 1 by 6 will be coming outside the integral dz by z. Okay, clear? Do mention what is integral of dz by z. Write it over there in the chat box. What is integral of dz by z? What is integral of dz by z? What is the variable z? Write it down over there, everyone. What do you think? It is not log z. Don't use log. Log you should not be using. You should not be bringing this term in your mouth. Okay? In the tip of the tongue, to be more specific. It is log base e. It is ln. It is ln, okay? Pronounce it as ln. Ln means, you can write it down it as L-A-U-N, ln. That's how you should be spelling this. Okay? So I will be getting it as 1 by 6 ln of z plus c. Very good. Those who have got the answer. But this, do you think that's the answer? Do you really think that is the answer? Yes or no? Do you really think that it's the answer? Yes or no, everyone? No. Right? The answer to nahi hoga na. So what needs to be done? You need to re-put back the value, isn't it? Which value we are talking about? This one. Z was being treated as 60 minus of 1. So what I will be doing is I will be putting back the value over there, isn't it? So as a result, I will be getting it as the final answer of the integration is going to be 1 by 6 mod of 60 minus of 1. Don't forget this mod actually. Because I've already mentioned that ln of x, of ln of any function, that function should be having a positive value. That will be only having a positive value, isn't it? Yes or no? So this is the answer to the question. This is going to be the answer to the question, isn't it? And don't forget the ln. Yes. So I can also write down this. This can be also written as, now you people say me, can I write this thing as ln of 60 minus of 1 whole to the power of 1 by 6 plus c? Can I write it down like this, everyone? Yes or no? Can I write it down like this? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Someone is saying no. We can write it down. Because now comes a property of log. Because see, in JEE Main and Advanced, the answers are not going to be given directly. Sometimes, in most of the cases I have seen, the answers will be given in condensed form. So there itself your brainstorming process gets started. Now you have to think that how these expressions are being given. Okay, so there is a property of ln which you need to recall. That is going to be, I can write it down it as, you can pay attention everyone, that if ln of z to the power, let's say ln of x we are having. See everyone, so I can write down that ln of x square can be written as 2 of ln x. Okay. Similarly, ln of 1 by x we can write it down it as ln of x to the power minus 1, and it can be written as minus of ln x. So these are nothing but certain properties of log. Don't worry that I will be mentioning them in the upcoming sessions once we deal with graphs, because I need to teach you graphs. It's there in your bridge course curriculum, and along with that math sir will be also teaching you this. Properties of ln I will say. Along with that math sir will be also teaching you as well in this bridge course itself. I'm talking about our great Venkat sir. Okay. So that's why don't worry about anything. We are over there to make you fully fledged with the tools associated to solve any mathematics and physics problem for JEE Main and Advanced. Okay, so that's why I am using this. So I can write it down like this, isn't it? Okay, so that's it. I will be giving you a homework question. Let's see who will be able to find it out. The homework question, yesterday I did not give you homework question. Tomorrow we'll solve some questions on definite integrals. So today's homework question is dt of t to the power 3 by 2. Okay, find, solve. Next is going to be dz by, let's say like this, I will write it down. Now let's try to, I will be asking you one application part. Okay, the application part is being stated as integration of k dq by r square plus x square to the power of 3 by 2 into x, limits 0 to q. Find this. This is an application. The expression is the previous step involved to calculate the electric field due to a charged ring. Okay, so there comes the application part, which I am giving it over there as a homework. Okay, Q is the charge of a ring. Number third, I will say that if dV by dt is v to the power v square, or let's say I will say that dV by dt is equal to v. Okay, find an equation associated with it also find in the initial velocity. Also find the initial velocity. So try to solve these three questions. These are your brainstorming questions, everyone. Okay, these are going to be the brainstorming questions, I would like to say. So let me see that who will be able to solve this. Okay, these all are going to be brainstorming questions. Yes, you can submit your answer in the Telegram, and don't worry about it. I think so you people have been added to the Telegram channel. You can write down the answers over there. So that's it for today. Right, so thank you everyone. So if anyone wants to ask about any question, they can ask. If you want to ask anything, you can ask it from me about the preparation and all. Okay, so I hope you all are going to be joining us, and definitely tomorrow we are going to be solving some questions of definite integrals, and I will be making you solve some interesting techniques. Definitely we are going to be solving some application part of it as well. So I will be coming across with some applications, will be showing you that which type of contexts are going to be done in your upcoming days, like which type of problems you people have to solve in your preparation for JEE Main and Advanced. So the application part is going to be taught. Okay, so thank you for now, and I believe that everyone should be liking this session. Do like this session, everyone. I need your likes. If you haven't subscribed our Sri Chaitanya Educational Institution channel, do it as soon as possible. Do it as soon as possible. That's what I will say. That tomorrow we are going to be back with definite integrals and some application part, because I will be mentioning you some basics of differential equation. Because see, the last question which I gave you over here as your homework, which question are we talking about? This question. This question, everyone, this is a differential equation. We call it as your ordinary differential equation of first order, and we need to solve it by the means of variable separation method. You are going to be encountering n number of problems in your upcoming days of JEE Main and Advanced. So that's why I will be mentioning the application part for tomorrow as well. So departing right now, like the session, subscribe and share it as much as you can. Thank you very much. Good night.